Hello again YouTube, this is me again, Rabbit of Hell, with my second Moveset video. Today I want to bring you something different. I will bring you my offensive Hypno. Sounds mad? It is. Now let me show you. The EV spread this time is much more straightforward. We have a typical physical sweeper EV spread with 252 attack investments, 252 speed investments, and the last 4 points you can invest in whatever stat you choose. His ability Insomnia is rather useful just because the opponent can't put Hypno to sleep to stop our sweep, and his nature I think has to be jolly since he only has a base 67 speed, which means he can maximum hit a speed of 256, which is quite slow, so he will need a speed boost to be really threatening to the opponent. Life Orb will be the item of choice for this set, just because Hypno's attacking stat is naturally not as good as the sets of other sweepers, so it is really nice to have this little extra power coming from the Life Orb. What immediately stands out at Hypno's moveset is the rare combination of Belly Drum and Drain Punch, which will max out your sweeping capabilities, and Drain Punch will prolong your sweep immensely. It is really essential for this set to work. For the third slot I chose Zen Headbutt because it's stab, it has a good base power, it can flinch the opponent, it is just a good move for a sweeper. For the fourth slot I use Ice Punch over Fire Punch to hit Altaria for 4th time super effective damage, which is a pretty common threat in NU, but both elemental punches give you pretty good coverage against most types. Now to round it up, I have 2 scenes of my PO battles with Hypno doing some work. The first is an NU battle I had. My opponent leads off with a Marsh Tomb, I lead off with an Among Us. We both want to put another to sleep. So we both switch out. My opponent switches into his Torterra, I switch into my Masquerain wanting to set up, and here I made a really bold play. Only because most Torterras I faced didn't carry the Stone Edge, I set up a Quiver Dance onto his Torterra, and he shows me the Toxic, which means he most likely doesn't have the Stone Edge since he would have gone for that. Now I'm free to set up a second Quiver Dance, while my opponent just wants to get up his Stealth Rocks, and I get a bit of poison damage. While he switches out into his Marsh Tomb, I just wanted to throw a last F-Slash at his Torterra. Doesn't bother me in the slightest that he switches out into his Marsh Tomb. Now I can safely Baton Pass into my Hypno and get up my Belly Drum safely, and now I'm at +2 speed, +6 attack, and I'm set to sweep. Since his Marsh Tomb can't do anything to me, I can hit him with a Drain Punch. I don't think the crit mattered at all. And here he switches out into his Masquerain, intimidates me, doesn't matter at all. I can get up the super effective Ice Punch, send Masquerain down, and here he switches out into his Taurus. Don't know why, perhaps he didn't have anything to take a Drain Punch, and here my opponent just runs, because I think he didn't want to get swept by a Hypno. Second match is an OU match. I lead off again with my Among Us. I want to put anything to sleep. In comes the Dragonite, cures the sleep with the Alarm Berry, and hits me with the Outrage, which Among Us takes quite nicely, I think. It's relaxed max defense, max HP Among Us. It is really bulky, and I put the Dragonite to sleep again, switching in my Masquerain to, on top of that, intimidate the Dragonite. Now I can safely set up my first Quiver Dance, and then comes the Chansey, which means I can set up another Quiver Dance, because I'm fairly sure Chansey doesn't have any move which is threatening to my Masquerain. In fact, that T-Wave was quite beneficial for me, because now he Seismic Tosses first, and I can get out my Baton Pass second, which means I can send in Hypno without getting hit by a Seismic Toss. This crit definitely mattered, I am sure, I'm absolutely sure, just because it's the Chansey. And I didn't have my Belly Drum up. Here he sends out his Ferrothorn, in fact a good idea, I think, but this gives me actually the perfect opportunity to set up my belly drum. He wants to leech seed stall me. I drain punch, he protects, the usual stuff, but here he makes a great misplay. He forgot that Rotom Wash has lost its ghost type in 5th gen, and I can drain punch the Rotom Wash, one-shot it and get back to over half health. He sends out his Ferrothorn again, proceeding to leech seed stall me a bit, but at that point it doesn't really matter because I can hit him with a drain punch next turn, and Hypno with belly drum up one-shots Ferrothorn. That is some serious power. We all know how bulky Ferrothorns are. He sends out his Tornadoes. After 2 speed boosts I can outspeed it and kill it with an Ice Punch. And here he does something he should have done earlier. He sends out his Scissor and kills me off with a Bullet Punch. But I think that is really a forgivable mistake, because I think the standard OU player doesn't know really what a Hypno does or how bulky a Hypno is. Last but not least, 2 side notes you should keep in mind if you're using this Hypno set. The first, he's really frail on the defensive side and he's not that fast of a Pokemon. So you should try to inflict as much status on the opponent as you can. Will-O-Wisps, T-Waves and so on. Prepare the stage for Hypno to sweep. And second, you need a speed boost of some sort, like agility or, in the perfect case, a Quiver Dance, which boosts his already good Spec D again, to effectively sweep with Hypno. Try to involve such a Pokemon in your team as well. So that's it for today's video, and if you liked the video, please leave me a like, and if you have any suggestions or critique, please leave it in the comments, and I shall see if I can do better videos next time. Bye.